this gas, try and get a gas lead, which is an interesting play. I haven't seen that too often here, going for that gas, but definitely gaining a gas advantage is huge for in a TVT, because you need your gas to get as many tanks as possible out, and then eventually get your dropships and Goliaths and everything. So yeah, anytime you can hinder someone's gas production, that is awesome if you're in a TVT. And this refinery is being repaired by a lot of SCVs. I think it will survive, but he can probably pick off some SCVs if he wants. Flash moving in to take this down. He definitely has enough forces to do it. It's a matter of whether or not he just charges in or whether he's going to be able to. And here he comes. Here comes the attack. And a couple tanks are going down for both players. And 2 tanks go down for Flash. 2 tanks go down for Skyhigh. Skyhigh might be able to get another shot in and get another tank out. And no, he doesn't. So so in terms of the tank count, Skyhigh is down 1 tank compared to Flash in overall tank count right now. But he did do some damage to the that refinery and slowed down production and things, so it's probably still pretty even. 2 tanks for Skyhigh out in the middle of the map, and Flash might be coming down to eliminate it. He's definitely got the forces to do it again if he can pick off these wandering tanks. He knows they're there, and he's not going to bother. He's just going to play a little bit more conservatively, play a little defensively here instead. And I wonder if either player has a dropship or at least a starport going up yet. I would expect to see some dropships coming out in the next minute or so. I'm so sorry, my voice is getting really raspy and bad right now. I apologize for that. But now we're seeing another fight here on the left side of the map, and it looks like Skyhigh is going to be able to take this one down. He has 3 tanks left over, and Flash has 2 tanks in this sort of a standoff here, but neither player can really move towards the other because there's just enough tanks that it just doesn't work. Flash actually has 3 factories down with machine shops, and Skyhigh has 2 factories with machine shops, a factory without a machine shop, and a starport with a control tower building a dropship. And Flash is actually setting up his 3rd base. He has started production, or started to produce that command center. And we'll see how long it takes before Skyhigh decides to go for his third base. And here come the SCVs to try and repair these tanks as they are fighting. I wonder why SCVs can't attack air units. They really should. If they can repair buildings in the air, you'd think they'd be able to attack them, you know. Just my opinion, but I think that'd be pretty funny if SCVs could attack air. This guy sees the base on the right, just sends an SCV over and starts attacking the command center. Oh, that's funny. And Skyhigh really taking position here on the left side of the map here, and getting onto these ridges and things, and he's gonna try and take the high ground. But Flash moving down with a lot of tanks and a few SCVs. That's a big tank force here for this point of the game. But I think they're gonna get fended off by these tanks of Skyhigh. We'll see if they cap it. And no shooting going down. And Skyhigh is probably going to back off here at least a little bit because he does have only about half the tanks really. And Skyhigh is going to go in for a tank drop here at the natural of Flash. And it might be decently successful. Flash is responding, but Skyhigh got the siege up first. And Skyhigh, oh, the second tank did not fire at the tank. And now Flash is on the lower left-hand side of the map. He's going to do to Skyhigh what Skyhigh did to him and go for this refinery. And I think he might be successful. I think this refinery will go down. Skyhigh doesn't have anything repairing it at the moment. And it's going to go down. His refinery does go down. So now Skyhigh's back down to 1 gas. And there's a lot of tanks up there. That is a ton of tanks. He could probably split those tanks up, and that's what the observers were showing. Move them to the bottom of the base and start trying to pick up these mineral lines. And just like Skyhigh is doing to him right now, forcing Flash to retreat those SCVs. But those SCVs are just going to go to the new base and mine from there. Wraith has been produced for what's his face, for Skyhigh, and he's going to try and pick off these SCVs and the tanks and things that are here at the moment, and try to take down the push, or at least slow down the push this way. And Dropship has picked up the tanks of Skyhigh in the top right of the map, so they're not going to go down to those tanks yet. And yeah, this Wraith is just slowly doing a lot of damage. And now Skyhigh is moving on the right side of the map. He's going to try and take down this 3rd command center that's up, and the SCVs and tanks coming off of the line for Flash, and he's to try and fight this off. We'll see how effective this is. And he's coming in with tanks from 2 different directions. I think this is going to be really effective. Yeah. And Skyhigh just gets absolutely destroyed there. His tanks came in from 2 different obliques, and his tanks could not handle the pressure from that. And he tried doing some like tank drops. That's what it looked like. He tried doing some tank drops, which did not work out real well there with the splash team. Just does not work out. And he's just focused on using this Wraith to slowly destroy these siege tanks. That's going to take a really, really long time. And I think he needs to do something else. He has that 1 dropship, maybe get a 2nd dropship out and do a counter drop onto those or something, but Yeah, that's gonna take a really long time for him to get a second gas back up at this point, and to get his third base. He's falling so behind right now. He's currently at one gas compared to 3 gas, and he's got about He's got 2 mineral lines compared to 3 mineral lines, so he's falling behind big time. And a marine has been produced by that barracks that landed there on the left side, and it's gonna stop this Wraith from actually killing it. All those things. This is a bad strategy from Skyhigh. I'm kind of disappointed right now. I don't know why he's going for this Wraith strategy. I think he should go for counter drops or something along those lines, or even just try and go for a traditional tank and go a vulture push or something on them. But he's got to do something else because he is not getting a third gas up. He does have a third command center there at the right hand side. It's about the 4 o'clock position or so, 4:30, and across that other set of bridges. And he'll be able to start using that base, but his third base is definitely coming up a lot later than Flash's, and Flash's is just gaining a huge advantage. And Flash is a macro ridiculous god of Terran, and you can't let him do this. You can't let him get ahead like this. And now Flash is starting to produce dropship. He's got a science facility out, so he's going to have some bigger upgrades coming out soon. And now he's not even producing vultures, he's just producing Goliaths. Actually, we didn't really see too many tank vulture fights really, which is kind of surprising. Oh, here are the vultures for Sky. I was wondering where all the vultures were. Usually you see a lot more vultures in some TVG trying to dash in there and try and get these mine up the tanks. And it looks like that's what he's trying to do here, but the tanks for Flash already unsieged, and they're just going to absolutely destroy this vulture force. Wow, that vulture force did pretty much nothing. Yeah, that was really bad for Skyhigh. And this Wraith is still there doing damage to the tanks and everything, but it's just taking so much time that I don't even think that... I'm sure Flash is like, this is awesome. I'm glad that he's just using Wraith to try and fight this off. That is a great thing for me. And looks like Skyhigh was trying to take the base there at the 9 o'clock position or so, but Flash scattered it out. And that command center might be allowed to land, but he's certainly not going to be able to get a good SCV transfer over there or really be able to use that. That's in a spot that's pretty much on Flash's side of the base. And at this point, Flash is just dropping on top of everything that Skyhigh has in like the middle of the map, and he's just going to try and take map control here. There's just one force that Skyhigh has across the bridges still. It's a pretty small force though, and once that goes down, Skyhigh will be in huge trouble because that new base, his new base there at the 9 o'clock position, will be completely vulnerable at that point. And Flash actually produced a Wraith to fight off the Wraith of Skyhigh, and actually won that battle. So that's pretty cool. And seeing if anything else is going on in the base, Skyhigh's got some idle SCVs everywhere. He's got some command centers that don't have any production going on. It looks like he's got another command center going down there at the 4 o'clock position. He's just got idle SCVs everywhere. Wow, this is really disappointing. Sky has a ton of idle SCVs at like all of his bases too. That is unfortunate for him. That's going to be very inefficient. And yeah, still more idle SCVs. They're all producing, but they're all doing nothing. All these command centers just producing SCVs to do nothing. And Flash is just moving around the map. He's got a couple of dropships out. Now he's going to move to the right side of the map and try and take down this 4 o'clock base. And he's got to watch out for those mines, but the mines will get cleared out pretty easily. And now he's got, yeah, there's only vultures here to defend. The vultures will go down. The command center was forced to lift off. And he's also going to drop this